tutakatakata nini yajayo, we will cut. So thank you very much. I hope you people have learned. I think so many takeaways from Sister Audrey's presentation, especially Pastor. You officiate our marriages. That's very important. And also, let's seek to be part of what is happening. Like when we are going up, make sure your name is there. Your husband can have everything and you have nothing. And the worst is that time, the times she has mentioned. I saw that with my sister. She lost her husband and it was hell. So thank you very much. It was good. So for me, I want to summarize this as much as possible. And it's about financial freedom. And I think quite a number of things that she has been talking about, they also cut on financial freedom. Because if you are financially empowered or economically empowered, then some of the things she's talking about definitely will not be left out. You will have a say, and of course you can also contribute. So, when we talk about empowerment, one, we need to empower women with financial wisdom. So you need to have financial wisdom, so that as a woman, as you live, you know what is expected of you. Of course, we all know that without money we can do nothing. So we need money to move everything. So what is financial freedom? That's what I'm looking at, not the bigger economic empowerment. It's a big thing, but we're just narrowing down to financial freedom. Ability to meet financial obligations without stress. Are we able to meet our financial obligations without straining so much? So it is very important that we are financially independent, because it is actually one of the biblical requirements. The Bible talks about stewardship. And stewardship means financial resources, the physical resources. So for you to be a good steward, you need to be financially stable, and then you can be able to take care of the other needs. As much as we talk about trusting God and praying to God, somebody tells you, I don't have school fees for my children, but I'm praying, I'm trusting. It is not enough. We also need to action. Do something that will make you have money, or that will give you a source of income. And sometimes because of that, people end up in debts, which even they didn't plan for. So you need food in the morning, you don't have it, Fulisa. You need something, you don't have the money, Fulisa. So we now entangle ourselves in more trouble in the process of looking for financial freedom. So what are some practical steps that we can take? And of course, without money, again, we can't even serve God. We are talking about meeting the basic needs. We need money to meet our basic needs. But without money, you can't also serve God. Teresa would not have come from Judah to this place if she didn't have money. So it means you are like incapacitated. You can just do nothing. When we are saying women, let's go to Langata, you can, because you don't have the fare. So that is very important. For us women, we need to seriously think about financial freedom. So what are some of the practical steps that we need to take for financial freedom? Number one, let's try as much as possible to always look for a source of income. Because without a source of income, what are you planning to, how will you get money? And I think she has talked about over-dependence on our husbands. Dependence is okay because we all depend on them. But when it comes to over-dependence, it means anytime anything shifts, then you are completely down there. You are off. So you are on your own, you can't do anything, and that becomes a big problem. So very important, let's try and come up with something. At least something in a day which can bring you even 50 bob, it will make a big difference. Because cumulatively, it will make you stable. So you have something which you can budget with. So once you have that source, or maybe some people, because you are working somewhere and you're getting something little, because we're talking about those who are working and those who are not working. So if you happen to work, then it is very important that at least always have a budget. Budgeting, and budget wisely. Don't just budget because today you saw Jael with a long kitenge, and all the kitenges I have are short. So I also want a long kitenge, sindio? So wewe ukuweka kwa budget ya hii mwezi, but umechukua pesa umenunua kitenge mrefu so that you have a long kitenge. So we have to budget, and as we budget wisely. If you are given some money, wisely. Because again, whoever is giving you is also having other, things to do. Like maybe if we are now set up and maybe our husbands are paying for other things. So if they give you some money for some activities, it means you budget wisely. Don't overspend. Don't over budget. Just because your husband will give you and money is there and it's not a problem. So let's budget by prioritizing what is important. We look at the food, the basic needs first. The other things, of course, can come later. If we don't do that, we will enter into conflicts. Because then we get the money, then we spend all of it, or we over budget and we have a problem. We need to also prioritize needs over wants. We have needs and wants. What are the needs? The food. The children have to go to school. These mangoes, we don't put them on. Yeah? There's some clothes, you go to the locker and you're like, oh, I still have this one. So we buy them so many, until we just waste money. So prioritize needs over wants. Which ones are the needs? So focus on the needs first, then the wants, of course, can come later. We also need to set financial goals. What are our financial goals? And you are saying that this time I'm going to make sure I get, in a month, at least I want to get like, 1,000 or 2,000 or 50,000. And out of that, this is how I will spend. So again, do we have some financial goals? Look at your lifestyle, look at how you spend, and come up with some financial goals. So that even we assist these men, because if you also don't come up with goals and assist them, sometimes they'll just sit and, wait, or just do their things. They don't care about what you're thinking about. So coming up with financial goals is very important. Another good thing is saving and investing. Out of every money you get, save something. Put aside something, 10 bob, 20 bob per day. Even if you open those boxes of jumbo, you remember the jumbo boxes for the babies, but now this is for yourself. Put in something if you cannot afford to take it to the bank, but save something. If you are working, save something. At the end of the month, your income comes in, put a standing order. Sometimes when you say your salary will come and then you will go to save, you don't do that. Ikifika M-Pesa, mom, nyumbani, brother, but if it's a standing order, at least you have some savings. So let's save. It is only out of savings that you can be able to invest in something. And also if we have spouses who are working, we can advise them. What are we doing? Are we saving something? So savings are very important. And of course, different investment options also. Once you have saved some amount, what can you do? I saw a sister yesterday showing us some things, which I hope she has brought for us to buy. Yeah? Invest in something. You can start a small business out of your savings. Yeah, I know my sister here does a lot. Yeah, she should be telling us one of these days what she's engaging in. Yeah, and it makes her always to be liquid. Yeah, she has money. I hear her saying she's going to Italy, sending home some things, something, and she does very beautiful tablecloths. She has ever done for me, for my mom. Yeah, and they're very beautiful. They still ask me, oh, can you do more? So, and us, we will be ready to support. If you have something you are doing which can earn you some money, definitely we'll be here to support. Also differentiate between emergency funds and do long-term planning. There are things which will just come, emergencies. Those ones, even if you come to me and you are like, hey, Sister Gladys, this one has come up and I really don't know what to do. So please help me. I'll be glad to help because it's an emergency. But something which needed long-term planning, let's plan for it. We are ladies, you're expecting a baby. Definitely it's a long term, sindio? Ukianza tu kujua leo una mtoto. So you will definitely plan. Start planning, how will this baby come? If you don't have income, you will definitely be planning with your husband. How do we take care? We start shopping. I was telling somebody a story that, when I was getting a baby, I was very young. But then I knew people always do shopping before they give birth, yeah? So we went with my husband to Bunyasi Street. I don't know where we used to get money that time. We didn't have money. But we were shopping on Bunyasi Street, Bunyasi Street, for those of you who know baby's clothes, yeah? So we could go and, we shopped, and kept, yeah? You don't know what you are carrying, but at least. So, it is later that I was like, surely, when we were buying, what were we thinking? We never think of the worst, yeah? But we did it. So, ladies, let's drive and help our husbands. We cannot be going to maternity today and we don't have a shilling and we don't know how we're going to pay the bill, and we don't know how, it looks absurd, yeah? So let's plan. Long-term planning, let's be involved. Because then you will be financially free. You will be very relaxed. When you go to the maternity ward, you're just going to get the baby. But now you are going, you don't know where the napkin will come from, you don't know where the bill will come from. It will stress you for nothing. So let's plan. Anything that is long-term. We have children in school. Let's start planning for them. If we can't do it, let's talk to our husbands. This kid is going to grade 7. She's going to go to Form 1. We need funds. How do we plan for it? We have insurance options. People are buying those insurance for education, yeah? Let's buy the insurance or save something for them. Even SACCOs are now offering educational loans, but you must have saved there some amount. So let's not wait until the last minute, then we look like we are so incapacitated and we cannot do anything. Debt management, debt, mkopo, malone. Mwezi inaisha, you have some small business, you have some small thing which is giving you money, lakini you've borrowed more than what the business will bring you. You get that situation? Well, unaletanga in a month you earn like 10K in your business, but you have borrowed like 20. So by the time your money comes in, you are wondering, do you restock? Or now you pay the debt and you are still owing. So let's manage debt. It is a way of attaining financial freedom. I know there are now so many temptations. Fulisa, I don't know, Mshwari, Tala, and some are even writing to you, enticing you. Yeah, you can, even banks, by the way, they keep calling. You can get unsecured loan. So some of us will just jump, unsecured. Even without any, collateral, yes. Oh, I'm coming. Do you have a plan for that money? Tuko pamoja? Banks are calling. Sometimes they call me and I'm like, I'm not ready for a loan. No, madam, this is unsecured. It doesn't matter. Even if it is secured or unsecured, I don't need money now. So I'll not borrow because money is available. But most of us women, we borrow because money is available. Not thinking of how will I repay and what am I going to do with that money. So let's avoid unnecessary debt. So what are some of the strategies, to get out of debt? Of course, we have already mentioned about this. Wisdom, yeah, on borrowing and lending. And I also encourage with Deuteronomy, yeah, Deuteronomy 15, 6 to 11. And I'll read it. When Yahweh your God has blessed you, just as he promised you, then you will lend to many nations, but you will not borrow from them. And you'll rule over many nations, but they will not rule over. The moment we indulge into debts, we are allowing people to rule over us. When you owe me, hata ukiniona tu nataka kukata kono. You don't want me to, tuonane, nitakuuliza deni. So, let's pray that we will be lending and not, if you have to borrow, you are borrowing for serious investments and serious things. But this business of borrowing for, to buy a dress, borrowing to, just to do some we say the necessity, not the necessities, the wants, yeah? That one will not be the best. Another thing is multiple streams of income, which we are talking about. Even as we are employed, we are seriously exploring and thinking, what can I do besides my salary? Because again, jobs are now, just ending like that. Friends from USAID, those who have been working under USAID, I have a cousin who is affected. She was a nurse. Actually, I thought she's working in Kitale. I thought she's working under the government. Yeah, she's been at that district. I don't know Elgon. It's a private hospital. So I thought she's employed there. Only to discover she has already received a letter, and all employees who are funded by USAID, they are really affected. So when that job ends, what happens? So let's think of other alternative streams. Hapo na kakibanda kako na hiyo kazi yako. In case kazi inaisha, sinarudi tu kwa kibanda, unaendelea na sukuma yako and all that. So for us to be financially free, let's think of those multiple streams of income. And even the Bible says that, Ecclesiastes 11:2. It says, divide your portion to 7 or even 8, for you do not know what misfortune may occur on earth. In other words, don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's just like saying, you are even working by day in the same organization with your husband. It's a risk. If that organization goes under, And I'm told that is the case for USA. Quite a number of people are working there, even children, yeah? Father, mother, watoto wako hapo. And I ever worked where my husband was formerly working, yeah? It was also a problem. You will find a wife, a husband, and even one son. So imagine if you all go home. It becomes a problem. So let's diversify, yeah? Let's have multiple streams. Entrepreneurship and small business. Let's engage. Let's do something. Sunday, I see people here selling some things, yeah? The eggs, the maize. Yeah? I don't think we have restricted. And that's why we keep saying, like even on this day, we should be having some displays here, yeah? So that as we finish, we look at, you know, what our sisters are doing. And then we promote them. Because if you have something to offer, we will buy. But if you have nothing, just crying, of course you will continue crying in financial distress. So lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. That is Proverbs 10:14. Proverbs 10:14. Lazy hands make for property, but diligent hands bring wealth. So let's not have lazy hands. Let's work out. You remember Proverbs 31? Yeah? The noble woman, yeah? The woman who wakes up very early and, you know, all those. Let's be the people who are doing that. Another way is skills development for financial independence. We advertise this thing on the wall. That one has around 60 people. See, how many people have turned out? So we perish because of lack of knowledge. So let's see. Whenever there is they are calling for a seminar for us to go and learn about financial independence, about entrepreneurship, about let's go. Because by going we get knowledge, and of course we'll be able to prosper. And you can find that in Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because we reject to get the right information. Again, another thing, of course we need to avoid financial traps. Avoid financial traps. And we have talked about some of this. The get rich quick schemes. Simunazijua? Online cryptocurrency. People have lost. Somebody tells you, you know what? You just need to give me 10,000. Then within a day, you will get 30,000. From where? Yeah, this is Kenya. And you look at the person who is telling you, he's not very wealthy, he's not very rich, so you wonder, why did he become richer faster? Why is he telling me? And believe me, many people have lost, even those who have gone to school like myself, they have lost in those scams. So people will just be conned, yeah? So there is no getting rich quick. You just have to follow the steps. Because in that dire need of money to get out of your financial distress, it's when you are now putting yourself into deeper. Someone was giving us a story of a friend who is now in big trouble. Why? Because he started such a thing. And you know, these people who are coming up with these financial scams, they will tell you if you bring 2K, within I don't know how many hours, you will get 4K. It will double. Then you give 2K, for sure they give you 4K. Then next time they tell you, no, when you bring this 4K, you'll get 8. Again, you do the same. And 8 comes. You know that you are in you slowly. Then next time they tell you, if you bring 8, you'll get 16. And you see you have history, and you have been getting. Then you give them 8, they give you 16. I don't know whether they normally have some charm or something. But believe me, next time they are telling you, bring 20, and we'll give you 40. You don't have it, you'll go to borrow. Napigia Vivian, you pay 10,000. Milka, you pay 5,000. So they give you 20 and you take. The next time, those people are now. Whatever I'm talking about is now a huge amount. A friend of ours who has lost over 100,000. And it was just Kukopa. Now she's now in more problems. So there is no get quick rich in this world. You will just perish and you will suffer. Overspending, yeah. Of course, if it is for the men, yeah. My sister here is saying, like if the men get married and you are dead, the other woman will get. But for you. In everything we do, let's show kindness, yeah? Because it is more blessed to give than to receive. That is in Acts 20:35. We need to support, yeah? church and the community. Let's keep supporting. You know, by also supporting, you even send yourself to look for money. Like now what we are having tomorrow. It should be a burden to each one of us that we need to give. And so if you don't have, you have to look for a way to get money to give. Because believe me, you cannot go asking, you know, your spouse, give me money to give. It is not easy. But he will give you knowing maybe you are doing something. So let's also go out of our way to, you know, get something so that we can work on it. And of course we can be able to support the church. Again, we need to look at the women who have your models, who are your mentors. We need to look at the mentors in our lives, yeah? How did they get where they got? So that we seek to know, you know, whom do you admire in your life? Who are, of course, financially stable. They have a lot of financial freedom, so that if they were to do anything, you know, they would just do it. And of course, we get to learn from even the women in the Bible. Abigail being one of them, Rahab, Kina Ruth, yeah, Kina Deborah, they have really, you know, given contributions which we can look at and learn from. So what is the call action? Number one, we need to pray and seek God's guidance in financial decisions. Let's not just go spending. Let's not just go, you know, looking for things we cannot afford. Let's manage, yeah? Somebody was saying that, I don't know it was in which forum, but he was saying that, you know, us women, we are also putting a lot of pressure on our men, yeah? Of course, we are the women, yeah? So I don't know whether we are putting pressure on them, but, you know, we put pressure because we are not coming up with modest budgets. We are not coming up with modest standards of living. We want to live big when we have nothing, yeah? So we put the men in a lot of pressure and a lot of, you know, distress. So let's, you know, be modest. If you want to live a financially free life, be modest. Live a normal life, yeah? Don't exaggerate. You want to do things which you cannot afford to do. You know, the things we admire. But I say, when I get there, I will do them. But don't want to do them and do them now when you are not there yet. Number two, get yourself something to do, to earn. That one should be a take home. Let's get something to do to earn a living so that at least you have your money. When I say women, we are doing this, you can, you know, konfuko, you give, you ask without going to ask for some from somebody. Never miss seminars and church visits to learn. Yeah, it is another action point. Get mentors, we've talked about it. Plan your financials. Just plan your financials. Don't live without your means. Live within your means. And lastly, avoid peer pressure. Because others are doing it. Others have a big home, as we don't have. Others have this, yeah, we don't have. Others have many clothes, me, I don't have. We live our means. And if we adhere to that, of course, we are going to live within our means. And financially, we will not be constrained. Remember where we were coming from, yeah? I always sit back and reflect when I go to my first born. I wonder how we lived. Life was so sweet, so beautiful, but we didn't have money, yeah? You know those days, yeah? I was not working, of course, I was a student, but I didn't have any income. My husband was earning very little money. And I don't know what happened, but we were very okay, yeah? As life was okay, I think we were content, so that is the word. Let's be content with what we have. You know, it makes life so easy. You don't even think of borrowing. You don't have meat, is meat a priority? It's sukuma, siko. You don't have this, you know. So let's live within our means and accept that this is where we are. But as we do that, we are striving to become better, and our tomorrow will, of course, be better. Thank you very much. I know time is not on our side, so I've crashed, but I hope that there is some take home. So let's look for something to do. Let's live within our means, and let's support the church, and God will expand our territories. Avoid peer pressure. Everybody is running their race. Your race is marked. So don't say these ones have property, these ones are earning, and you don't have. Your time will come. But if you pressure yourself, then you will perpetually be out of your way. So thank you. God bless.